Fun fact: Future has more platinum hits than Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, and The Weeknd. Play the music. Welcome to Open M.I.C. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Open M.I.C is a music podcast you can get anywhere that you get podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube if you're one of those visual people like myself. Now, you're getting a new episode every Sunday and every Wednesday, and this is no different. On today's episode, we're talking about J. Cole. I'm talking about the bonus tracks that he gave us. I'm talking about the Dreamville Festival that's going to come on. I'm ranking J. Cole's albums and mixtapes from worst to best. Let's just get into this episode. Without further ado, let's get it. So 2014 Forest Hill Drive, the 10-year anniversary of the album, was this year. With that, J. Cole decided to give us 8 bonus tracks, songs that didn't make the album for his day one fans. And I'm going to give y'all my opinions on it. Now, I'm not going to go through each track and break down like each track, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to give my breakdown of the songs or my thoughts on the songs. So my overall thoughts on the songs is, one, I'm glad these songs didn't make the album. Not because they're bad songs, it's because I don't see how they would have fit, you know what I'm saying, with the flow. A lot of the songs sound like the Born Sinner era. What I mean by that is the production. The production sounds like it was made in the Born Sinner era, you know. And also the bonus tracks, to me, it sounds like some of these songs can actually fit on For Your Eyes Only. It seems like he probably had that idea of that concept album for Your Eyes Only for this album, like around this time, because it sounds like some of these songs sounds like they could fit right on it. Right on it. You know what I'm saying? I I do I really enjoy that he gave his fans, like, I'm a big J. Cole fan, if you don't know. I'm glad that he gave us something that's exclusively for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, people have to pay. Yes, you have to pay to hear the podcast. But I like that he's going exclusively to us. You know what I'm saying? He's not going on somebody else's platform. He's not going to whoever's the hot podcast right now. He's not going to Joe Budden, or he's not going to Rory and Mal or Academics or anybody like that. He's coming straight to us, giving us the thoughts of his career, and like dropping these mixtapes and just exclusively for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the narrative, giving us background details that we wouldn't get from an interview from other people. And I just think that is dope. I am a fan of what he's doing. Um, like the things that like stood out from the bonus tracks is like, I would have never thought that he would work with Bone Thug. You know, Crazy Bone. What? Like, I would never have heard that. You know, um, was it the Winter in Wonderland? I think that's the name of the song. Um, I don't know where my notes are. You know, I usually have my notes prepared so I can like read it. I lost the paper. I'm gonna be honest. But that song right there to me is the best song. That is the song that I can see fitting on not only 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but also Born Center and also For Your Eyes Only. I think that song fits on all three of those projects. I think that song is fantastic. The production on it, everything about that song is dope. You know what I'm saying? I love what J. Cole is doing right now. I like this rollout. I like the plan. This also makes me think that we are actually getting a retirement from J. Cole, which I'm actually kind of happy. I'm not happy that one of my favorite rappers isn't going to be giving us like music consistently. I'm happy that he's able to do this. Like, we don't really get rappers able to retire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that usually happens. Usually something forces them to retire, or people ain't streaming them, or people don't want their music no more, and then like they just stop. People stop checking for them. But to go out on your own terms when you're ready, that's dope. To take care of your family and do all that type of stuff. That's what we all can like dream to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal for everybody. I do find it weird though that all of these people are like clamoring for J. Cole tickets or they're doing all this when literally a couple months ago all these people were saying crazy stuff about him. And you just see a whole bunch of people like clamoring for like the MSG tickets or buying the Dreamville tickets like crazy and stuff like that. And I get it became like a trendy thing to like shit on J. Cole. Like, but I just find it lame. A lot of that. I find it lame. Again, I am a J. Cole fan. Big J. Cole fan. Like I don't get into the arguments online about J. Cole's music because I know I'm such a fan of his music. It's just pointless to get into that type of argument because I'm biased. We all have biases, and I'm not afraid to admit that's one of my biases. I am a big fan of his music. But I think it's lame as hell how people were like the jokes that they had about J. Cole. I think it's lame as hell. Like I will always think it's lame as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people they have these jokes sometimes where it's like when you discuss like the big three, Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, and they always like say crazy things. I need that narrative to stop. You can praise Drake, you can praise Kendrick, you can praise Cole without shitting on the other two individuals. You don't have to do that. I'm a fan of all three of their music. I listen to all three of their music a lot, a lot. The fact that J. Cole and Drake didn't make my Spotify rap is insane. I'm surprised. They always make it. There's one thing you could count on in my Spotify rap. Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. Now the next two artists, we gonna see. It's gonna be two R&B artists. But you could count on those three being in it because I listen to their music. I am a fan of their music. I think it's lame as hell when people talk crazy about them. I think it's lame as hell when people get on the internet and say these things. That's just me. That's just me. I am a fan of what they do. I am a fan of J. Cole. I love the bonus tracks. Don't keep listening. If he is retiring, enjoy your retirement, my boy. Now I'm going to take a break and I'm going to give you guys my top J. Cole albums and mixtapes from worst to best. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to give my rankings of all of J. Cole's projects from worst to best. Now, this is my opinion of this. This is not law. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion of J. Cole's projects. I don't think he has a bad project. This is very hard for me to do, but we're gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get right into it. In the last spot, we're going with the come up. The come up, you hear the potential, you hear the young J. Cole, you hear the rhymes that like made everybody be like, this guy, he might be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? He might be one of them ones. When I heard this project again for the first time in a long time, he reminded me of Blue actually, like the rapper Blue, not Nas, because I know he got the early Nas comparisons. He reminded me of Blue, um, and and yeah, it was dope to hear again. Honestly, you get the immature bars from him on this project because like he is like basically coming straight out of college or in college at the time. So you get that on this project, but nonetheless, dope, dope. Next project, I'm going with the Sideline Stories, his debut album. I was disappointed by his debut album. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I was disappointed because I wanted an Illmatic. My expectations was an Illmatic, and he didn't give us that. He gave us a solid project, but we got like the radio smash, like Workout, Can't Get Enough. But he did give us some deeper songs, some songs that made me be like, yeah, Cole. Like Lost One, like the storytelling on that one. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to Cole. The next album I'm going with is KOD. I think this album is overly hated. I think it's overly hated. I think that it became cool at the time to hate on J. Cole. Like this is around the time all those young rappers were saying like fuck J. Cole and all that type of stuff. And people ran with that narrative. But I just think that KOD gets overly hated. I think a lot of people form their opinions from other people on the internet. And I think it's a dope project. I think you should go back and listen to it. A lot of people should go back and listen to it. It's dope. It's dope. Next spot, I'm going with Truly Yours. The first one. This one I think has Stay on here, which no ID. No ID and J. Cole need to work together more, to be honest. I love that song. I love Truly Yours. I was so hyped when it came out. Like going to Daft Piff and downloading it and stuff like that. I was excited. Y'all just don't understand. I was in college at the time too, so it's like, oh, we got that new Cole, that new Cole. You know what I mean? Like we played the hell out of this. Next spot, I'm going with Truly Yours 2. I do think Truly Yours 2 is better than the first one. I think they're both solid though. There's again, I was geeked. When we got this, like the rollout that he did for this, like the album that was coming, I was like, yes, sir. This is when I was like, I couldn't stop talking about J. Cole. You know, I couldn't stop talking about him. Anybody I could say something to, I was saying it to. Shout out to Cole. Next album I'm going with, or next project I'm going with is Might Delete Later. And I know a lot of people, they discredit this project because of the beef, because of the song that he apologized for to Kendrick at the Dreamville Festival. However, this project is banging. You get some of the best rapping. Like that song Pie with Absol and Daylight. That might be the best rap song of the year. Like not my favorite, but the best rap song because they were rapping their ass off. And Cole had the best verse. Cole had the best verse. Even Absol would say Cole had the best verse. They were rapping their ass off. That is what I am talking about when I say rapping. Might Delete Later. Crazy. Crazy how dope it is. Check it out. Check it out. Now, this is where we get a little, this is where we get to the spot where I'm like, whoo, whoo, going back and forth. And this one I'm going with the warm up. The warm up is when I really became a J. Cole fan. The warm up is when he became one of my favorite rappers. Like I played songs like "This Is the Girl of My Dreams," like that song I played a lot. "Grown Simba" a lot. "My World Is Empty" a lot. Like "The Dead Presidents," I played the hell out of that. Like this was the project that made me become a big J. Cole fan. This was the project that made me go, he's next. He's one of my favorite rappers. I don't care if he ever blows up. I'm always going to play J. Cole. The warm up was that project for me. Shout out to Cole for giving us the warm up and putting it on streaming, man. I smiled so much that day. I smiled so much that day. You just don't understand. The next spot we're going with is I'm going with Born Center. I think that Born Center is the universal project. I think that everybody loves Born Center, like universally loves Born Center. It's just a great project. It's dope. You getting some heat on it. You definitely getting some heat on it. It also has songs for everybody. Like you got Cricket Smile on here, but you also got Let Nas Down on here. What is that song? That sample Outcast is on here. I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm doing this off the top of the head. So you got all them songs on here. So this one is like universally like if I'm playing an album, somebody say put an album by J. Cole like that everybody would like, it's Born Center because of the how universal it is. I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. This next spot, now I if you told me this was the best J. Cole album, I wouldn't argue with you. I don't think it is, but I wouldn't argue with you. And that is For Your Eyes Only. That album is damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. And I say damn near because there's only one song on there that like kind of throws it off for me. Um, but this album is damn near perfect. You know what I'm saying? From the production to the concept to the last song, which For Your Eyes Only might be a top three J. Cole song of all time. That song is so fucking good. This album is good. Like J. Cole really hit like his peak with this one. This was the album that made me say he's a legend. You know what I mean? And like nobody can argue. You know what I mean? I was already saying it after the warm up. But this is the album that nobody can argue with me on because of he followed up a classic with another classic. And that classic that he followed up is my number 2 spot, 2014 Forest Hill Drive. Perfect. Perfect. Everything about this album is perfect. You know what I mean? I played the hell out of this. My favorite song on this album changes all the time. It was Love Yours one week. The next week is Fire Squad. Next week is '03 Adolescence. Like, this is a banger of a project, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the people who don't like J. Cole be like, yeah, that's one of them ones. Can't deny it. Because Cole was in his BAG. He was in his bag when he gave us this one. In his bag. Like, I listened to every song on here. I even listened to the note to self where he's all like doing that fake story about Jonah Hill and Dale Earnhardt and all that type of stuff. Man, I listened to this whole project straight through. It is pressure. It is pressure. Like, this is heat. Heat, I tell you. Hot in the kitchen. Fire. Like, J. Cole is spitting on this one, but then he's giving us stuff for everybody. Like, I went and saw J. Cole on this tour, and I left that show like, damn, this man is just so good. He's so good. Like, Forest Hill Drive is a certified classic. Certified classic. Undeniable. But it ain't the number one spot. And that is Friday Night Lights. To me, the greatest mixtape of all time. Is it my favorite mixtape? Yes. Am I biased? Absolutely. Friday Night Lights is one of them ones. Too Deep for the intro. I relate to that song a little bit too much. I ain't gonna hold you. Too Deep for the intro is one of them ones. But then he also got The Illuminati on here. Premeditated Murder on here. Blow Up is on here. Like, Cole was in his bag. This low key is his debut album for me. I know it's not officially his debut album. It's his debut album for me. And now that it's on streaming, I can say this openly now. I've been listening to Friday Night Lights on Amazon Music for years. 4 years. Like, I've been paying for Amazon Music, like for my nieces and for Friday Night Lights. 4 years, guys. I've been bumping it, playing it. Too Deep for the intro went platinum over here. That album went platinum over here. You know, that mixtape is just fire, man. Like, I don't think you can give a top 5 mixtapes of all time and not have that in there. If you give a top 5 and it don't have Friday Night Lights in there, I don't respect your top 5. I'm just being real. And I know there's some great mixtapes. Lil Wayne got a bunch. Fab got a bunch. My boy Chamillionaire got a whole bunch. If you don't have Friday Night Lights in your top 5 mixtapes, your list is invalid. That mixtape is goated. Goated. But that is my top J. Cole projects. Y'all let me know what y'all think about my ranking. I'm going to take a final break because I need to go to the bathroom. And then I'm going to give y'all what I want from the Dreamville Festival. The Dreamville Festival is coming to an end. This is going to be the last year of the festival, which is making me think J. Cole is really going to retire. And it's bittersweet, honestly, for me. I went to 1 year of the festival. I went to the year that it was Usher and it was Drake and J. Cole as the headliners. And that was a phenomenal event. It was dope, man. Like to meet so many individuals from like social media. Like I met people that I follow on Instagram. I met people from Texas. Like the unity that we had when Usher came on and how everybody was just like vibing. Like it was fantastic. Like it was wonderful. Like people all different races, all backgrounds, all different regions of the country coming together for those 2 days, not worrying about a single thing. That was one of the most fun time I've had in a long time. And everything outside of the festival too, mind you, went wrong. It went wrong from my hotel situation to getting an Uber. Like a lot of stuff went wrong, but the thing that went right was me going to that festival. Like I even got a sweater from the festival. I have shorts from the festival. Like I love the festival and I am planning on going to this festival this time, especially since it's the last time. I definitely got to find a way to go there and be there and enjoy my time there. Um Hopefully nothing happens and I'm able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Cross my fingers. I just threw the west side up. I'm so West Coast that even when I cross my fingers, I threw the dub up. anyways, um, anyways, Jesus. I'm going to give y'all what I would like to see in this last year of the Dreamville Festival. So, first thing I want to see is I want to see a double XL class of 2010 set. So I want a set from like all the people who don't get talked about enough though, like Pill, OJ the Juice Man, Fashawn, Donis, those people who don't get talked about enough who were at the festival or at the 2010 double XL class. I want an opening set with them. Like they each get to do like their biggest songs and stuff like that. Like just all of them and then they get off. That would be dope, you know what I'm saying? Because this will highlight J. Cole, number one, because he's part of that class, but it'll also highlight the people from that class who didn't necessarily make it to like the top, but they still had some stuff and people should check out. You know what I'm saying? OJ the Juice Man. Like that would be dope to see. The next thing I want is I want a Jay Z appearance. Whether he's closing, whether he's coming out for a song, whether he's introducing J. Cole. Like I want Jay Z somehow involved in this because it is J. Cole's quote unquote reportedly retirement, but also because it's the last Dreamville Festival. That will be dope to see. Like the first artist signed to Rock Nation, bringing Jay Z out. That will be dope. Hove don't be rapping like that, so I just got to see it. You know what I'm saying? I might shed a thug tear if that happens. Um, I want Kendrick there. Another thing, I do want Kendrick there. I know the beef. I know everything that happened and stuff like that. But let me dream. This is Dreamville, right? So we can dream. We dreamers. You know what I'm saying? And it would be dope to see two of the greatest of a certain generation get together and rap on the stage, get together and go back and forth, get together and just give us classic after classic going head to head. Like that would be phenomenal. And I also saw that Kendrick ain't have a date, for the day that Dreamville is going to be. So maybe we might just get Kendrick. We might get K Dot. Let me dream. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I want is I want like the people who were there from like the early days, like a Volley, you know what I'm saying, from the day one co-fans, you know who he is. I want him there. Like I remember like I thought Volley was on Dreamville personally. Like I listened to his album. It had a song called Prisoner. I'm gonna put it in here so y'all can understand the song I'm talking about. Um, that song made me like a fan of his music, and I've been checking for him and like looking for him for a while now. And there's not much that I found on his music. There's like one more project, but I haven't heard much from him. And I would love to see him there because he was there from the early Cole days. Maybe Cole can bring him out and they can perform what's that song? Pity? I think that's the name. I'm trying to go off the top of my head, so if I'm getting some of these songs wrong, I apologize. But that would be dope to see. I also want to see North Carolina represented. I want to see North Carolina represented. So Rhapsody, Little Brother, Mez, the Baby, even Ninth Wonder. I want North Carolina to be represented. I want North Carolina in that bitch. It's the last festival in North Carolina, the last Dreamville Festival. Have North Carolina be represented. That will be dope to see. Dope, I tell you. Dope. I want a Little Brother reunion. Speaking of stuff I want a reunion. What can be better than Little Brother, Fonte, Pooh, Ninth Wonder reuniting at the last Dreamville Festival in North Carolina? I know they got issues and stuff like that, but it would be fantastic to see them reunite, even if it's just for this one moment. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Um, the next thing I don't want J. Cole to do any new songs. I want all old songs. I want Premeditated Murder. I want Too Deep for the intro. I want like Lost Ones. Well, that's a weird song to perform at a festival. But I want old songs that he doesn't normally perform. You know what I'm saying? I want those songs. Because it's going to show like the complete journey that he went on. Like I want Grown Simba. You know what I'm saying? Like I want these songs because we get to see the journey that J. Cole has been on. It's dope to see. So yeah. And the last thing that I want is really from the fans there. I don't want any drama. I don't want people fighting. I don't want like violence. I don't want people faking like gunshot sounds so they can get closer and pushing. Like, let's just be peaceful. This is the last one. We don't need it getting shut down and all of us going home and our moment being ruined. We don't need that. Just have fun. If you're going to drink responsibly. You know what I'm saying? Don't drink and drive. If you're going to do drugs like weed and other stuff, be responsible. I can tell you not to do it, but you're going to do it. So be responsible. Be safe. And enjoy it, man. We don't get too many moments like this. So that's the stuff that I will want from the festival. But before we get up out of here, I got to give y'all the song of the week. And the song of the week is by, let me get this boy's name right. Zion Ali, Make It Through.
Hey, Zion.
Living in Chicago, God is in your favor. I'ma hold it down like call me an anchor. Think about my problems, deal with it later. Focus on my family and stack up all this paper. I am an emperor, God in the making. Every time I wake up, it's a celebration. Every time I wake up, it's a started from the bottom, y'all. Started from the baby. I'm just trying to get it right. Trying to get some sleep at night. Trying to get some peace of mind. Holding on this peace of mind. I'm just trying to make it through. Don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I'll make it through. I know we gon' make it through. We gon' make it through. We'll make it through. We gon' make it through. We'll make it through. It's free 99 just to be kind. It's free 99 just to show love. It might just cost a little just to show up. But we gon' need each other when we blow up. We gon' need each other like a big tub. Brother, grab a paddle, it's a big bug. And I'm coming in like the big show. Do it for the city like I'm D-Lo. I'm just trying to get it right. Trying to get some sleep at night. Trying to get some peace of mind. Holding on this peace of mind.
Hey, Zion.
Now, I usually finish these episodes while going straight to the outro, but I'm going to do something different on this episode. If this is J. Cole's swan song, I just want to say thank you to J. Cole for all of the music that you've given us. I thank you for giving us dreamers something to believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers. When I'm down, you know what I'm saying, losing motivation, I put on some J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to admit that that's my truth. I am a big fan of J. Cole's. Like, he is somebody that you can like believe in and look at and be like, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I'm coming from, most of the men that I know that have made it successful, they didn't do it in a way that was legal. They didn't do it, or they just are bums. They not good people, you know what I'm saying? And it was nice and refreshing to see somebody like a J. Cole who has grinded, who made it out, who showed you the way to make it as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work in education. I always want to work in education. I don't want to leave working in education. That's my goal, is to stay in education. I also love talking about music, and I have goals with both. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it together. You know what I'm saying? I want to work in education and I want to talk about music. Like, my goal is to have Open Mic be like an empire. You know what I'm saying? Like, the goal wasn't for me to just do this podcast by myself. The goal was for it to be like a panel of people who rotate hosts in and out. You know what I'm saying? One week you have like an all girl panel. One week you have me just talking. One week you have three other people talking. One week we doing a draft with 10 people. Like, that was the goal. And I still want Open Mic to eventually become that. But J. Cole and Dreamville have made it where people like me can look at something and be like, yes, they made it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We always see like our favorite entertainers making it a way by doing like some slime ball stuff or some greasy stuff. Our favorite rappers be selling drugs and, you know, glamorizing murder. It's nice to hear a rapper like J. Cole not glamorize those things, but also show us there's a way to make it as a rapper without doing those things. It is nice to see. It's like a breath of fresh air. I am a big fan of J. Cole. J. Cole's music has meant a lot to me. I've seen J. Cole so many times like perform. It means a lot to me. You know, I gotta go to this last Dreamville Festival because it might be my last chance to get to see somebody who has meant a lot. Their music has meant a lot to me. Dreamville has meant a lot to me. I love what they are doing. I am a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? I always have these big goals, and I'm inspired by what Dreamville is. I'm inspired by J. Cole. I'm inspired by a lot of stuff, man. And if this is J. Cole's last hurrah, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate the music. And with all that being said, this is Open Mic. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, rate us 5 stars. If you rate us anything else, your mama's a hoe. And we come back Wednesday with another dope pod. Step 2. Play my outro.